Hey guys, today another video about Ulduar DPS rankings. Every 2 weeks we have a very short video about it. Usually I would say maybe it's getting boring. I mean, yeah, I always get some good views on it, so I continue with it. But sometimes I think like maybe it's nothing changing, but to be honest, we have changes, and we have changes nearly every time I make this rewatch review of the DPS rankings, so I'm happy to continue it. Again, just for clarifying, I will go for more for damage to bosses. Why? Because again, for most people it's important to defeat all the bosses, for most guilds, defeat all the bosses, and it's not so important the damage overall. Damage overall is very important if you want to speedrun it, I would say, but if you are a normal guild, and my videos are for normal guilds are 95% of all the guilds, or maybe even more, so that's why I talk a little bit more about this. Yeah, we have an interesting change. I guess everybody knows it already. We talk about feral druids a lot today, because yeah, that is, long story short, the change that we have. Let me go into my tier maker list. Where is it? Was this here? No, this is for... yeah, here it is. Yeah, and we have some very interesting changes, like I said, to Feral Druid. I mean, you can see here Feral Druid is tied over a range of 1 week, so that means the last week, the 12th week of raiding, 95 percentile, damage to bosses, and so on and so on. And yeah, Feral Druid are on the 4th place, super tied to Fire Mage, a little bit ahead of Combat Rogue, and then you have also, again, this little step down to Destro Warlock. So let me say we have here now, this would be maybe the new A tier that we have if we want to get the A tier more tight, but you could also include Destro, Demo, and Frosty K. That would mean Destro would go up here, but also Feral Druid from C tier into the high A tier, which is yeah, completely crazy in my opinion, and I'm not sure if I like the changes. I also made a video about it, and yeah, some feral druids were saying like was necessary and everything, and I guess a change was necessary, but for me the change, the adjustment is too much into is too much damage wise, overall. Unholy is now super close to Asarogue, because like I said, boss fights getting shorter and shorter. Maybe we will see here a change is so close already that I think maybe in 2 weeks more we see Unholy again on the top of the DPS charts here, or of the DPS rankings, let me say it like this. So yeah, that's it. I want to show you that on the complete damage, so damage overall is no big things changing, but there are some things changing. Asarogue definitely loses some places. Affliction Warlock is on the top. Fire Mage also rise for a place. Unholy DK is here also second. So Feral Druid also super on the top now, between the top DPSs. So no big changes, but there are some changes if you go for damage overall. Damage to boss, it is like this. And yeah, what else we have? We have Arms Warrior, still only real DPS spec, but it's usually PvP spec that is not playable. And then we have Frost and Subrogue here on the end of C tier, which are already playable. So if you want to bring one Frost or one Subrogue into your raid, you cannot defeat the bosses because you have those guys with you. That would be just not true. And then Marksman, Beast Hunter, and then I think it's the Fury Warrior, if I'm not wrong, Fury Warrior. And then we have a big gap. I would say that's the biggest gap between 2 specs, if I'm not wrong. Okay, Fire Mage. No, that's even bigger, between Fire Mage and the top 3. So Balanced Druid is the first spec into the B tier, and then we have followed by Ele Shaman, Survival Hunter, Shadow Priest. There is changing nothing. Arcane Mage, Enhancement, Arcane Mage changed the places. Yeah, I guess here's the same like that Unholy DK is benefiting off. We have here shorter boss fights are benefiting Arcane Mage, which is pretty interesting. So I guess there is a chance, but it's not a big gap, but it's like 1% point in that case, or 1 score point. So yeah, maybe Arcane Mage is getting also more close and close in the next 2-3 weeks to the A tier. Unholy DK, like I said, I think I would predict they get closer to the will be first place then at the end of the tier. Damage to bosses. And you could also argue that Affliction Warlock is the best DPS because of the damage overall. But like I said, I go more for damage to bosses in this tier list. So yeah, that's it overall. I mean, we have a pretty clear winner, and that's a Feral Druid. He came from middle of C tier or good C tier to a top A tier spec, which is crazy. Like I said, it's now even ahead of Combat Rogue, is super tied to Fire Mage, so it's about to get to the 4th place. And I think they can take it. Maybe some Feral Druid needs still to adjust to the change. So I would predict that they can even rise ahead of Fire Mage, and then they would be at the best A tier spec at the moment. Like now it's looking like this. I think that's pretty accurate. And yeah, again, no big changes besides Feral Druid. Arcane Mage benefits a little bit better kill times. Unholy DK benefits a little bit better kill times, and overall, those are the changes for week 12 Ulduar. Like and subscribe, guys. Good luck for your raids. Good luck for the loot. See you. Bye bye.